I'm missing out.
I want that.
Why don't I look like that?
That brand is doing way better than mine.
Why don't I have that?
My business is making money. Why don't I have social media like that?
They look much happier than me.
My posts don't get enough likes.
What's wrong with me?
When I last posted, which I rarely do, I felt like literally everybody was looking at me, even though no one can see me.
People will think I'm stupid.
I'm coming across as boring.
I want 10,000 followers.
Everyone is growing faster than me.
When am I going to start making money?
My content sucks. I'm not good looking enough.
People will think I don't know what I'm talking about.
I'm not spending enough time on Instagram to grow. I have to do more.
Other accounts have so much more engagement. I have to do more.
I have to do more.
Oh, I have to do more.
I have to do more.
Social media is filled with so many positives and so much opportunity in our personal lives and for our businesses. The goal of this challenge is to better equip you for success in both your personal and business use of social media. We're going to manage your social media stress to have a better experience and perform better in the digital world of social media.
Why does having a better experience matter? Why does performance on social media matter? Basically, we're going to create an experience that fills you up rather than sucks the life out of you.
In our personal lives, social media is a big part of how we connect with each other, with educational information, with news, with the global marketplace. It is also what many of us use for a little rest and recharge while we're entertained throughout our day. But is social media improving your life? For businesses, social media is a substantial opportunity to grow on an open and free platform where we can reach or service solutions to thousands or millions of people. Social media is the great marketplace of our age. While Amazon and retailers are the fulfillment centers, the marketplace is social media. So, is social media helping you grow your business? Or are you just spinning your wheels, draining your energy, and failing to gain any real traction? These opportunities make safely and successfully navigating social media a significant imperative. We need to show up on social media and not only survive the experience, but thrive in the digital world if we're going to live the lives we want in our real world. Being able to navigate and be productive on social media is a superpower for your future, both personally and professionally. But over time, the negatives we experience from social media have become a clear and present danger both online and in our real lives. On a global scale, there are substantial inequities created by social media algorithms. These social media algorithms, like the Instagram monster, have a prime directive which operates by influencing and largely manipulating human behavior. We will discuss more on the prime directive and the social media monsters as we work through our challenges. For individuals, social media is creating environments with rampant antisocial behavior, complicated stressors, deliberate emotional triggers, and can lead to chronic stress, anxiety, depression, and a laundry list of things that negatively affect our lives on and off of social media. The digital spaces of our lives are filling up, and it's becoming more difficult to navigate this always on, curated life without experiencing many of these negatives that lead to long-term chronic stress. We're accustomed to experiencing stressors like fear of missing out, popularized as FOMO, in muted and isolated ways in real life.
So many people have admitted to feeling FOMO when you're home, you're isolated, and you're looking at people's social media, which we know is like...
We're equipped to manage these stressors through thousands of years of social human development that have impacted our physical biology. Like Stanford Professor Robert Sapolsky explains in great detail in his book Behave, the biology of humans at our best and worst. We're also equipped to varying degrees by our own developmental childhoods and the process of social maturation throughout our lives. Not all things are created equal in comparing social behavior, even though we kind of like to think so. Think about how we spend the better part of a decade in schools with other developing children to learn how to navigate these social constructs before we're expected to enter into society as adults. So why is social media so different?
You're dealing with an addicted generation.
This is a big time bomb ticking.
This is no accident. Indeed, it is by design.
I mean, seriously?
It was my mistake.
I mean, I think we can all feel it.
To try to make these products as addictive as possible.
Spike in dopamine.
You don't realize it, but you are being programmed.
Social media tools are designed to be addictive. We now know that many of the major social media companies hire individuals called attention engineers who borrow principles from Las Vegas casino gambling, among other places, to try to make these products as addictive as possible. That is the desired use case of these products, is that you use it in an addictive fashion because that maximizes the profit that can be extracted from your attention and data.
On social media, everything is amplified, and these stressors are felt more acutely, which may lead to chronic stress in our lives. Short-term stress can be positive. It is how we grow and develop. Long-term or chronic stress is only negative, and the effects can be devastating. The acute nature and inability to manage social media effectively is resulting in people who are forced to unplug from social media and disconnect from platforms that were previously safe spaces to interact with family, friends, news, new ideas, and so many wonderful things that can enrich our lives. Those that don't disconnect may experience social media addiction, social media fatigue, depression, and higher levels of anxiety. I lump all of these together to call this response social media mania. It's driving many of us bonkers. According to WebMD, long-term or chronic stress can lead to symptoms such as changes in mood, low self-esteem, low energy, headache, trouble sleeping, inability to focus, increased use of drugs and alcohol, procrastination, depression, suicide, obesity, sexual dysfunction, constipation, and cardiovascular disease such as heart disease, which is the leading cause of death in the US according to the CDC. Even if you can handle the constipation, the stakes are high, but we're talking about stress and a digital medium we go to voluntarily, so it is manageable.
I've learned so much about how to train the algorithm to create a better experience on social media over the past 7 years at my social growth agency, and now with my coaching and courses. In fact, I think we can thrive if we intentionally improve how we use social media. And the best part is, anyone can do this. And it will help anyone who wants to get more of the good stuff out of social media.
This challenge isn't about disconnecting entirely, but rather about how we manage and thrive on social media in the larger digital world. A compounding problem, and the reason I created this challenge, is that many of us are required to be on social media almost daily for our businesses. The world was moving towards more income independence from traditional power structures like the corporate world before the pandemic.
The government's jobs report released this past week tells us what has happened. Well over 20 million people quit their jobs in the second half of 2021. Some are calling it the Big Quit, others the Great Resignation.
What I mean by income independence is an increasing need to have our own income streams outside of the corporate 9-to-5 job structure, and the increasing opportunities to develop side businesses and our own ways of making money online. It's not just hustling to get ahead anymore, it's closer to survival. The global COVID-19 pandemic has made this a near necessity for many people.
Trend towards having more flexibility could be permanent.
I honestly can say I don't see myself going back to an office ever. And that ever. Honestly, there is no office that could offer me what I have in my house.
For so many people, social media is the greatest opportunity in your lives right now to advance and level up. When we show up for our business on social media, we innately expect to be more immune to those anxieties and challenges because we're in a work-oriented mindset. like when we go into the office. But I believe we're even more susceptible to being knocked off our intended path because we aren't equipped to intentfully act to manage and navigate these stressors. Social media for a business owner or a brand is about growing your business, not breaking it. For our personal use on social, we're there to connect, not have our connections frayed and broken by an algorithm. The math is simple. More time on social media leads to more business growth or more personal connections. There are hacks for business growth and ways to connect better on social. There are strategies to optimize personal and brand performance. There are ways of significantly lowering your time on social media while increasing your results from social media. By the end of our final challenge, you will have a full picture of what I call the golden organic equation. The golden organic equation starts with a simple idea. More input leads to more potential output. The more time in you spend on social media, and those results drive your business, especially early on when organic growth is the best or only option for you. The dynamic is very similar for personal enjoyment and positive experience on social media. Those results you get affect how you feel about your business and how you feel about your work, and even strongly influence how we feel about our own value. How we feel impacts how we perform. And since you're driving all or most of the momentum for your business and your social media early on, how you feel impacts how much you can put into getting the results you want. Our egos will tell us that we're just getting caught up in our feelings or we need to man up. But the reality is that those feelings will have their day, whether we like it or not. We can work to manage our social media responsibly so our businesses grow, or we can sprint full speed ahead and hope that brick wall in front of us moves out of the way. It really depends where you are in your journey. I've hit that brick wall enough on social media for my brands that I know the emotional game is everything. I'm going to show you how to thrive on social media. It's doing the right things that help you meet your goals for social media. Without simply scaling up your time on social media to feed an algorithm, it's simple, but very few people are actually doing these things. And it isn't the influencers you may follow on social media.
How many influencers we got on this ship anyhow? Go!
So how do you show up for your business and avoid the social media suck?
In these 5 challenges, I'm going to share with you how to safely and happily navigate social media so we can use social media to increase our own personal satisfaction rather than have the social media algorithms crush us to make a buck.
We run ads.
In each challenge, I'm going to share with you how I work on my own brands to grow while I manage toxic anxiety and stress. More importantly for you, it's about getting the experience and results you want from social media. Along the way, I'm going to share with you what I've learned helping over 100 business brands just like yours add hundreds of thousands of new followers and increase their growth rates by an average of 386.42%. All while creating a social media brand that you are energized to grow, not dreading having to constantly struggle against the algorithms. You know, those pesky social media monsters. For this challenge, I'm going to work on Instagram. It's my favorite social media space and is also one of the platforms most associated with anxiety, stress, and negative feeling. But this all doesn't just work on Instagram. It works across all social media to manage anxiety to get better results. We're just going to be pushing the buttons on Instagram, so feel free to follow along if your primary channel of focus is Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Twitter, TikTok, or even channels like Reddit or YouTube. All of these channels function virtually identically at a core level. They can each be monsters if we don't actively improve our experiences while on these channels. They just have different buttons and paint. So don't let our focus on Instagram detract you from getting valuable help to manage social media more effectively. We're going to train your Instagram monster to improve your personal and professional experience on social while building a solid foundation for growing the brand your business deserves.
Before we get too much further, I want to let you know what to expect. There's some absolutely fire tips in these challenges that you can put into action today.
I hate salesy webinar style nonsense, so I'll try to stay focused on improving your experience on social media as we grow your brand. But There are levels to this, and if you want to do more, I will have options for you to do more and get more out of social media throughout these challenges.
This is also a really good opportunity for me to let you know that I want to keep this challenge course free for everyone.
But I don't just want your support here for just showing up. I don't just want your money either. I want to impact your lives on social media for the better. And if you want to help me do more, I want your support in exchange for my help.
So here's the first big reveal I have for you.
Social media runs on people, and that starts with you. Everything else on social media is reactive, including the algorithm. It all reacts to you and your behavior as a human operating and navigating social media. This is, of course, the big secret that algorithms and mega corporations like Facebook don't really want you to know, and they certainly don't want you to act on. It's easier to keep us outraged, upset, or mindless, so we buy stuff or doom scroll endlessly. Either way, the algorithm still gets what it wants. So it doesn't matter to the algorithm if we're happy and fulfilled or angry and dependent. Social media doesn't typically serve individuals very well because we let the algorithm manipulate us in the same way it manipulates everyone else. But here's where it gets really interesting. Social media actually does want to serve you as an individual. You just need to know how to train the algorithm to serve your needs rather than let it manipulate you to serve their needs. Social media can both get what it wants out of you, and you can get what you want out of social media without letting it crush you. This is the biggest secret I've learned while helping people grow businesses on social media, and why I'm here to help you. In helping businesses navigate the algorithm, I've learned to train your social media monster to provide the experience you want on social media. It's a win-win, but you can't get there until you take control of the algorithm. This challenge will help you do just that, so you can successfully navigate social media, live better and more fulfilled lives on social, and use it to grow your business brands when you're ready for that too.
Dracarys.
So here's what I have for you in this 5-day challenge.
In challenge number 1, we're going to declutter your social media with the GEM-B method. This section will include the Happy Feed notebook, which will help us organize what we want out of social media and clean up what we don't want. In challenge number 2, I share with you how to train the Instagram monster, the algorithm, to show you more of what makes you happy. We will use positive and negative feedback to train your algorithm monster. This challenge will include the declutter checklist in the Social Media Survival Guide. Challenge number 3 is about what you bring to social media. We're going to use an emotional and energy grid to establish a working mindset that helps you nurture the experience you want from social media. The 4th challenge is where we apply practical tactics with the 3 R's to manage the rituals for our personal use of social media and routines to help us better achieve our business goals without, all that nasty stress. The 4th challenge introduces you to brand and business rotations, which are daily routines you do with a specific goal in mind, like social media brand growth, community building, or outreach. The final challenge takes on the biggest pitfall to social media use, and that is the compounding stress spending more and more time on social presents.
The science is clear. We know that people who spend more time on Facebook suffer higher rates of depression than people who spend less time on Facebook.
Social media is such a powerful tool for connecting that we want to pour more and more time into it. But with more time comes more stress to manage. We will manage this dilemma with the 3R Manager in your Social Media Survival multi-tool.
Remember, please share this with anyone you know using social media a lot, or if you know someone trying to grow a business on social media.